So this is the Agrostemma. Now this is a second sowing from the Autumn Jump Starter one. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. I'm adding this to the Autumn Jump Starter seed shop. Look at those, aren't they stunning? And I've had flowers like this for months now. So we'll do a sowing in the autumn, but we're going to save some of our seeds. I've got plenty in your packets, and then we'll sow some more in the late winter. And then you can be looking at flowers like this in your garden this time next year and earlier.
This is the final plant from the Autumn Jump Starter, and then it's a spring grow along from here. So the final plant is a second sowing of Agrostemma. Now the Autumn Jump Starter Agrostemma is thriving in my greenhouse. I've got nice big plug plants, but we can do a second sowing in February, about now, and that will give us a succession of blooms. So they will flower about a month later. So that's really lovely in your garden to get a succession of flowers. They will be a tiny bit shorter, but not really enough to worry about. So I definitely think if you've got room in your garden, I definitely think it's worth having a second sowing. And the other thing is, if you need to clear the first sowing, your Autumn Jump Starters, because you want space in your garden, you won't feel half as bad if you've got another patch that's just coming into bloom.
Well, this is the Autumn Jump Starter Agrostemma, so you can see how far that is ahead. Absolutely fantastic. I'm holding it off at the moment. It's quite hardy. It's a H5. We will keep an eye on the weather though. If it becomes very, very cold, we might just take it back in the greenhouse for a day or so, but we'll see how we go.
The original grow along video for Agrostemma is available on my website. I will put a link in the video for you so that you can just go to the original video. The only difference is, all you've got to remember is that they do need some warmth for germination. So they're not too fussy. So on your heat mat, or just take the seedlings up to the house. Other than that, that's the only change. And we will be planting these ones out in about May time.
So I'm just sowing them on the soil surface, one seed per cell, or best you can. They need light for germination, so we won't be covering them. But I will use a clear propagator lid, just because you need to either germinate them on a heat mat or take them up to the house. And this compost can dry out. There we go. Nearly done. It's ever so quick, isn't it? Still got plenty in my packet. So I've done an Autumn Jump Starter sowing. I've got loads of trays for that. And I've just done a late winter sowing, and I've still got seeds left. There we go. Just keep them nice and fresh. I never remember which way up I open the packets. I'm always a bit precious, and I make sure I open them nicely so I can still see the photo. There we go. Don't forget the label. Propagator lid. Fast forward 4 days, and you can see the Agrostemma germination is well underway. So I brought them down to the greenhouse for a little day trip. I'll take them back in tonight. So I've still got 1 or 2 left to germinate, and then hopefully everybody will be up and then they can stay outside.
The original grow along video for Agrostemma is available on my website. I will put a link in the video for you so that you can just go to the original video. The only difference is, all you've got to remember is that they do need some warmth for germination. So they're not too fussy. So on your heat mat, or just take the seedlings up to the house. Other than that, that's the only change. And we will be planting these ones out in about May time.
If you turn to the checklist section in the Autumn Jump Starter handbook, you can find all the information there. And I tell you here the different sizes in the plants and the flowering time. So they're a tiny bit shorter than they will be in the Autumn Jump Starter, but I still think it's really worth it.